Hello, but welcome back to the United Way for the Southampton versus Manchester United Premier League preview. Manchester United travel to Southampton on Saturday, the 14th of September at 12:30. It's an early kickoff to face the Saints. Newly promoted Southampton, of course, who were 19th in the league, and Manchester United, who aren't that far above them. But look, it's a must-win game. Will Ugarte start? I struggle to say his name there. I don't know how. Yeah, again, I'm not feeling 100%, but sure, look, we have to move on and get back to the grind again, don't we? I haven't been on in a while, because I've been just doing the usual. And then I decided let's get sick as well in the process. So look, I'm getting back to myself. Would I be fit enough to face Southampton in terms of illness? I don't reckon I could give it a go. You know what I mean? Take a Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, But yeah, before we do get stuck into the video, please like the video, comment, your predictions and all that stuff for the upcoming game against Southampton. Are you confident? Is this Ten Hag's? Is every game his last chance? Will this be the final nail in the coffin? And please do subscribe as well if you haven't already. Much appreciated. And again, watch alongs are back this way. Watch alongs back Saturday, 12 p.m. We'll be live 30 minutes before the game, go through the team news and the build up and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we can get the win and hopefully we can start off the weekend on a good note with 3 points and a good performance against Southampton. A game we should be winning and a game that there should be no excuses in whatsoever. It should be a simple and straightforward 3 points. But we all know when it comes to Manchester United, nothing is simple and nothing is straightforward. Nothing is easy. So yeah, hopefully that can change tomorrow against Southampton. Obviously, not the best start to the season. Only one win to our name, and that was against Fulham at the start of the season at Old Trafford. Then we lost against Brighton and we lost against Liverpool. So 1 win, 0 draws and 2 defeats. Again, the win against Fulham, right, we probably deserved it, but if Fulham had, 1 or 2, maybe 3, top. I wouldn't say top, but if they had Mitrovic, maybe they could have even beaten us. And another good, decent player, but they hadn't really got a good finisher. So maybe if we were playing, if it was any other team, top team like a Villa or I don't know, maybe even a Palace or something like that. One of them maybe would have given us a game, maybe would have beaten us. But look, we got the win, all thanks to Xerxes. Brighton, again, look, obviously we did score 2, but unfortunately the second one was offsides. Makes no sense. And then Liverpool, yeah, we deserve to lose that game. No complaints. Although I do have complaints, but that's just how poor Manchester United were. That's got nothing to do with the referee or, Liverpool or anything like that. We were just so poor. Look, I don't like to finger point or blame anyone, or I'm not blaming anyone on the loss. The whole team was brutal that game against Liverpool. But Casemiro, he just isn't making life easy for himself as a Manchester United midfielder. He just every game he just looks slower and slower and slower. He played well against City in the Community Shield, and then ever since he sort of just seemed to say, "Look, I'm off." So yeah, it is an interesting one there. But what do you think of Casemiro? Will he start against Southampton? Do you think Ten Hag will still go for him? I wouldn't be surprised if he does, to be honest with you. In all honesty, but yeah, we just haven't, the season just hasn't seemed to click off. Nothing's really seemed to click yet. Most of the players that we've signed, De Ligt has started, Xerxes has started, Mazraoui has started. Euro was yet to start a Premier League game because obviously he's still out injured. Ugarte, hopefully he, at least if he doesn't start, comes on and gets a few minutes into his legs in the Premier League. But I'm sure if he doesn't start against Southampton, he'll definitely start in the next game. And yeah, it's obviously we're still yet to get Luke Shaw back, Rasmus, Euro. Obviously Mount is out injured. We're still yet to get Malacia back. Maybe I'm missing another player. Obviously, I'll go through the players who are injured now in a minute and all that sort of stuff. But I think it's Lindelof. I don't know what's going on with Victor Lindelof these days. Still out injured. So yeah, the usual suspects are out injured. But yeah, look, it's a must win. This is a must win game for Manchester United. There's no beating around the bush. It's a must win. I mean, look, I can't wait for us to get Shaw back and Rasmus especially, and I can't wait for Euro to come back as well. And also to see Ugarte start, but Luke Shaw, hopefully, look, last year, hopefully he's back soon. Supposedly things are going well with him, so hopefully we see him back in action very, very soon. Sooner than expected. So that's something else we'll look forward to. Look, we have to focus on the team we have now. Like, you look at the team we have now, the players available, it's not too bad. Even Rasmus back, be him and Xerxes as well. Then you have, left back, who does Mazraoui start? Who plays right back then? And when Luke Shaw comes back on his fully fit to start, will it be Dalot left back? Will it be Mazraoui? Mazraoui right back? Will it be Dalot right back? I suppose it's a good headache to have. And it'll be the same when Malacia comes back as well. But Luke Shaw obviously should be our starting left back regardless of Malacia returns. But yeah, I mean, we'll go through a few of Ten Hag's, press quotes. He spoke about Ronaldo. He spoke a bit about Ugarte, so we'll go through a bit about them as well. And he also gave us an update on Luke Shaw and Rasmus Højlund's fitness. So again, that's going to be an interesting one. So look, we'll start off with talking about Erik ten Hag's, press quotes. Obviously, he said Rasmus Højlund and Luke Shaw, they're progressing very well, but are not ready for this game. So yeah, look, I mean, it would have been nice to have them back, but hopefully we have them back for our next game, which I think is the Carabao Cup. I think that's our next game. But look, hopefully they're back for that game anyways. It wouldn't be a bad game to ease them back into anyways. A team who aren't, I think it's Bristol are playing, a team who aren't really gonna give you much threat anyway. He also mentioned about Manuel Ugarte. He says, I think we all have seen he played for Uruguay. He returned this afternoon. Obviously, this is recorded on a Friday, so he returned Thursday afternoon. He was the only player who returned today. All the other players returned yesterday, so he is available for this game. He also said, about the noise, if it affects anything. He says, it doesn't impact me. I know in the process where we are and what we have to do and where we're going. He also spoke about the criticism. He says, we will do our best to win every game. We will see where we are in May. I know in the process where we are and what we have to do, where we are going. I've said before, we are still in a transition period. And then he spoke about the excuses. I says, we know we have to win every game. I know that. The team knows that. And it doesn't matter who's available. We'll focus on every game and approach with the mindset that we have to win. And then obviously a bit about if you see is the club going in the right direction. He says when you see scores, no one is happy, but the players have a very good sense of the process and the quality of the process. And obviously Dalot, supposedly that's something like I agree with him. And then Diogo Dalot. But obviously, in recent times, I think, the Brighton loss and the Liverpool loss, obviously most people are looking at Ten Hag for that. And I can definitely see why. Like you even have, someone mentioned to him about Cristiano Ronaldo because, he said that, it can't win the Premier League. So, I mean, I don't think Ten Hag was too happy with Ronaldo saying that, but supposedly, that's what he said. But yeah, I mean, look, you can't just look at Casemiro. I mean, look, right, one of the reasons why, but you look at the players he's picking, and you look at sometimes of his game management. I like Ten Hag, and I still think he's the man for the job, but I feel like if we lose this game against Southampton, time is just running out for him. And everyone then will lose patience with him, and then the club will see, look, we gave it a go. What can you do? And I know this will be our fourth game of the season. but we've only got 3 points from 9, which isn't good. We should have 9 points at this stage of the season, and hopefully 12. But unfortunately, we don't. And it's not been the start we wanted. With other start to the season where we got all hyped for it and thought, lovely, this is going to be it. And it just hasn't been it. The side of play, you have to see it. The players, it's just still. I still feel like we're in last season sentence, which is not good by any means. But I don't think we'll lose this game against Southampton, and it's not a fact where I'm going to say, "Oh, I hope I don't jinx it." We can't. We just can't. No disrespect to Southampton, haven't had a great start to the season themselves. We'll get to them in a minute, but we can't be losing against them, regardless if it's at Old Trafford or at St.Mary Stadium, or if it's in the local park or in your back bedroom. We cannot be losing against Southampton. It's been a long time since we've lost away to Southampton, I think. So we can't lose. We cannot lose, for Ten Hag's sake and the players' sake as well. We only have 3 points to our name. We need to start getting points on the board. I don't want to see us go into our 5th or 6th game of the season in the Premier League with 3 points or 4 points to our name. I don't want to see it. That's it. We're Manchester United at the end of the day, regardless of performance and form. We still have some top players, and they need to kick on. And Ten Hag needs to get it right. You can't just be picking players because of he's this, that, and the other. Pick your good players. Don't pick them because of who they are. Don't pick them because of who they are. Pick the players who are performing. That's it's simple as that. But look, what do you think? Do you reckon Ten Hag will get sacked if he loses this game, or do you think he'll get a chance after chance after chance? Let us know in the comment section below what you think will happen to Ten Hag if we were to lose this game against Southampton. And again, the new man, Manuel Ugarte. I mean, look, hopefully we see him play. Hopefully we see him start this game against Southampton. I think we should start them anyways, but look, that's up to the boss, isn't it? Obviously, he returned on Thursday. Obviously, then the rest of the team returned on Wednesday before Ugarte. So that's probably one of the reasons why some people are sort of thinking, well, maybe we'll see Casemiro play. We'll see Collier play. I mean, he came on against Liverpool, didn't he? Obviously Ten Hag will think Casemiro deserves a chance. Me personally, if I was the manager, don't get me wrong, but you're in the Europa League. We're going to be playing Thursdays and then Thursdays on Saturdays or even a Sunday. So the gap is still going to be fairly slim. So I think Ugarte is more than used to playing, games close to each other. But look, we'll have to see if he does start. I'd like to see him start personally. I mean, if I was the manager, I'd start him. But again, Ten Hag's the boss. But it is nice to have Ugarte. I'm looking forward to seeing him play though in that midfield alongside Manu and Bruno. But he's younger, he's quicker. He's a good midfielder. I'm glad we brought him in. I'm glad it wasn't alone. I'm glad it was a pair, because remember there was time where it was potentially be alone, and obviously we had to get rid of a midfielder to bring him in. Obviously that midfielder we got rid of was Scott McTominay. So it is nice to have him, and I do think he'd be a good addition. I mean, look, you look at him and you think maybe he's our only hope of, if he comes in and we start, kicking into gear and playing decent football, then we could have gone grand. But look, I'm not expecting him to play, his first game and like the house on fire or anything like that. Obviously, it will take him time to get used to the style of play and the Premier League and the speed of the Premier League. Obviously, it will, but at least we'll have a midfield that has a bit of pace, and Manu's not doing all the running in that midfield, because when he's beside Casemiro, it's Manu doing all the running, and we can't run Manu into the ground. So we have it, the midfield hopefully will get better when Manuel Ugarte gets stuck into it. But again, do let us know, do you think you will start this game, or do you think Ten Hag will bring him on? sometime in the second half. But look, we'll start off again by talking about our opponent to our Southampton. Obviously, that game against Cardiff was in the Carabao Cup. So they only have one win to their name, and you even look at that win, it seemed to be a hectic one. So they lost against Newcastle in their first game of the season by a goal to nil. They lost against Nottingham Forest. They beat Cardiff City 5-3 in the Carabao Cup, and Brentford beat them by 3-1. So 1 win, 0 draws, and 3 losses to their name. Not the best start to the season. Obviously, they are newly promoted, so look, the pressure is on them as well. They'll want to get the points. They're 19th in the league, so they'll want to get the points on the board. They have 0 at the moment. So both teams are coming into this game not just wanting to win, but they need to win. Both sides need to win. A draw is not good enough. But look, I'm sure Southampton would definitely take a draw. But yeah, it hasn't been the greatest return to the Premier League. But Southampton, can they do it? Is it the tricky Saints? We'll have to see. We will have to see, because they're a team that could just sit back and maybe hold on to possession and frustrate Manchester United. That's what maybe they'll try to do. Sit back, and when they get the ball, hold on to it for as long as they can and hope they find a gap or whatever. And frustrate the living daylights out of Manchester United, because we're a team that when we have the ball, we get frustrated, and then you get players going in, then there's gaps, and then there's goals, and then it just doesn't seem to go well. Obviously, Southampton have a few. Have Bazunu, who's out. Obviously, Ramsdale, new signing. He came from Arsenal, is going to be between the sticks, and Kamaldeen Sulemana is unavailable due to ankle injury, and obviously Ben Burton Diaz, he was an early withdrawal in Chile's Commodore World Cup qualifier, but there was no injury. It was just a fitness tactical sort of thing. So he'll be ready to start alongside whoever. And Ross Stewart has returned to training after a lengthy spell on the sidelines, and the only thing he's lacking is match fitness. So that is the Southampton side of things. But look, let's start off. We'll throw me predict 11 up in a few, but just before we do, this is my predict 11. This is not what, this is what I'll probably make a change with them. One change and that's it. And I'll let you know that change now in a minute. But again, it is my predict 11, not my preferred. So we have Onana in goals. The back four of Dalot, Martinez, De Ligt and Mazraoui. Obviously, De Ligt didn't play well against Netherlands. Got taken off at half time. The Dutchman didn't have the greatest time at the back, so he did get taken off at the half time. But look, hopefully he puts in a good performance against Southampton and we can forget about that. And Mazraoui, so the same back 4-5, even that played against Liverpool. A midfield three of Mainu, Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. I have thrown Ugarte in, but if I could edit it, I'd probably even say Casemiro. No, I don't want Casemiro to start, but you never know with Ten Hag. He's a weird manager at times. And then an attacking line of Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho and Joshua Zirkzee. The change I'd make is I'd throw Garnacho left wing, Ahmad right wing, and then that's it. And then obviously Zirkzee, who will have started already. But I think Ten Hag could go with this. I would like us to see Garnacho. I would like to see an attacking line of Garnacho, Ahmad and Zirkzee. Or even Rasmus Højlund when he comes back. That is an attack I'd like to see. But I just think Ten Hag is going to go with Marcus Rashford. But again, this is another game where if Ten Hag plays Rashford and Casemiro and whatever, and it just doesn't work out, then the figure point it'll be at Ten Hag again. So Ten Hag also has to think of think of a job, as well, not just, but look, hopefully this is a game where, Rashford can find a goal or two and give a bit of confidence, because we're yet to see the Marcus Rashford of 2 seasons ago. So let's hope we can see that. But that would be the only change I'd make. I like Rashford, but performances haven't really gotten better. And he looks lost. But yeah, let's see what happens. In terms of score prediction, this was a tough one. Obviously, I am predicting Manchester United victory, but I was kind of going to go, will it be a smash and grab 1-0, or will it be a 2-1, 2-0? Will it be a draw? You never know. But this has been in my mind all day since I've been thinking about doing the preview. I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory to Manchester United. I think Bruno will score, Garnacho will score, and I'm going to say, will we go with Xerxes or Rashford? We'll go bold and go Rashford. Why not? And for them, that Armstrong. Sure, Armstrong, I think that is. But look, this has been the Southampton versus Manchester United preview. Like I said, I'm not really feeling 100%, so apologies for sniffling and coughing and whatever every now and again. Not me 100% self, but don't worry, there will be a watch on Saturday from 12 p.m. Hope to see you all there. Please like the video if you liked it, or if you liked it, comment your predictions and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all for the game against Southampton. Come on, United, let's get the win. See you all in the next one, Reds. Take it easy.